I wrote this after the events in New Zealand, the massacre there. And I think words have consequences, don't they? You didn't pull the trigger, but you did. You didn't pull the trigger, but you did. I don't want immigrants or those of a different race or creed. I didn't pull the trigger, but you did. The drip, drip of my poison pen and lips rips a storm in hatred and you. Well, you didn't pull the trigger, but you did. Each word becomes a vile post. Each gesture, someone is pushed against the wall. Each speech, a rallying cry to do more. You didn't pull the trigger, but your words did. Thank you. Okay, so we have a president over the pond, and we're going to have a leader that looks exactly like him, behaves exactly like him, and fucks up our country as much as Trump has done to his. This is about over the water. Under the soft snow of Alabama, they let him hang from a tree to tell them no one messes with Mary Lee. In a classroom 50 miles south, they picked on Maria Gadaba and they made her crawl on her knees. At a special school, they broke up for tea, went back to their dormitories, and saw Steve and Jane and others too blind to see. In the island of the dead, they made America cremate again. In a White House he sat, petulant and cold, letting loose women to be slapped, Muslims to be demonized, children ripped from their parents, screaming in cages and now dying in rivers. But in the soul of the man who was dead, America was great again. Thank you. Just got a few more poems. Is it okay so far? Yeah, okay. I've got a book out. Do you want to come over later on and see it? It's £3. Well worth it, if I say so myself. I was very touched by the First World War and what the couples must have gone through. So I imagine myself in their situation. The path becomes slower. The path becomes slower. The orders become louder. The constant din of shattering shells, like pots and pans being put away by you. My mind becomes slower. The generals clearly don't know what to do. I take a bullet carefully from my friend's arms as if I'm holding you. My sleep has become numb. The path to the other side has become shorter, like the one I used to when I used to rush to kiss you. But now you hold the letter, and it's not from me. It just ends with the words, hold him in eternity. Thank you. I wasn't going to do this poem, but it's about allotments. Actually, I had a friend of mine, and this is a true story about what happened to him. This is called A Speck of Cruelty. A true story about my dear old friend of mine. One tiny story, one tiny life, not picked up on any radar or satellite. Not even a marking in a road, or unfortunately, there was no CCTV. Old Ray's tools were stolen from his ramshacked allotment, leaving very little of him left. One tiny moment, one tiny heartless mind just started to bury him further and further and further in the ground. Thank you. Okay, it's my last poem. This is Swan Song. Basically, we've all got to remember the small things that we've done for the people. If we don't feel good about ourselves, then we've got that one wrong. No life is right, no life is wrong, no life is left with just a swan song. Somewhere along the lifeline, you woke someone up, you made someone happy and not fed up. And although you've let people eat you up inside, you were just too young to realise that your life is not right Your life is not wrong. Your life will be singing as it will at our Swan Song. Thank you very much.